everyone, Monique here with Little Gems Creations 1. Today we are going to learn how to make some crochet earrings, and we're going to start that in just a moment. Hi everyone, Monique here with Little Gems Creations 1. Today we are going to learn how to make some crocheted earrings. So I have a 1.5 millimeter crochet hook. As you can see, it's very teeny. And I have some scrap, really thin yarn. I think this is the kind you use to make crocheted tablecloths and stuff. They're a little bit different weights, but I think they should work just fine together. You're also going to need just a bit of wax paper. You're going to need some varnish or some kind of finishing that you would use on a paper product. I use on paper beads. You need that because that'll help stiffen our crocheted earring. You're going to need some ear wires, and I use the backings on my ear wires. You're going to need some jump rings. You only need one size. These aren't labeled. I usually use this one, which has most of them gone. You're going to need pliers to manipulate the ear wires and jump rings, and you're going to need scissors. So let's get started. Oh, you need one other thing. Just one sec. I'll be right back. Okay, hi, I'm back. This is the other thing you're going to need. It is a crochet chart. I hope there's no reflections. A crochet chart of what we are making. I will put a link in the description to get to this chart. It's a chart I found on Pinterest. And the directions aren't in English, but that's what we're going to do, but we're doing my take on it. Some people know how to read charts. I'm actually just learning how to read the charts. So, yeah. Okay. So I'm going to start with my lightest color for the center. Okay, and I'm using my teeny tiny crochet hook. You know what? I'm going to move this other stuff out of the way for now and bring it back when we need it. There. Okay. That way you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so I cross my yarn like I always do. This is how I start. And we're going to chain 6. When we want to leave a bit of a tail, okay? So leave a bit of a tail. We're going to chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Woo! And 6. Now you don't have to do a very tight stitch because you want to be able to get into those stitches, right? Now go back and catch that very first one you started and do a slip stitch, and that's going to make our ring. Now, just saying, this chart does not show doing 6. This chart is just a smooth inner circle, which I think means magic ring. Yeah, I don't do magic ring. I am not good with magic ring, so I'm not doing a magic ring. Okay, so then we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Catching my tail, we're going to go into the center and we're going to do double crochet. So in the center, grab your yarn, pull through. We're going to go through 2 loops to get our chain. We are doing 12 double crochets in this center hole, catching our tail the whole way. So the chain 3 counts as 1. This is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, oops, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, we're going to go through the 2 loops, but those final, oh yeah, we'll go through those final 2 loops. Then we're going to go to the top of our chain 3. Now they want us to change color. So I'm going to go blue next. Okay, so using my blue, I'm going to create that slip stitch. Okay, and then I am going to chain up 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to pull that beige tight, and I'm going to snip with the tail, leaving a tail. Okay, and I'm going to move the beige out of my way. So now we've got blue. So what they want us to do is they want us to do a double crochet, which this counts as. Then we're going to chain 2. So our chain 3 is our double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2. So a chain of 5 altogether. Then we're going to go into the next stitch and do a double crochet, and then we're going to chain 2. Next stitch, double crochet, chain 2. Next stitch, double crochet, chain 2. Next stitch. Okay, so you get that. Come back when you're done. We're doing that all the way around, and we're going to change colors. So when we go to do our slip stitch, we'll use our next color. Okay, so I did it around. You should have 12 posts, counting that first chain 3 as a post. So now I've chained 2 after my 12th double crochet, and now I'm going into the 3rd chain. Oh my goodness. Come on now, work for me. The 3rd chain. Oh, I missed it. 3rd chain. Come on, come on. Okay, and then I'm gonna attach my round. I dropped it, dang. There, okay. Attach my brown. And then I'm gonna chain up 2. Okay, I'm gonna pull that blue so it's a bit tighter, and I'm gonna snip my blue, leaving a bit of a tail. Okay, so I'll put the blue aside. Now brown. So I chained up 3. So now what are we doing? We are doing, so this 1, 2, 3, and then we're doing another double crochet in that space. Okay, then we're chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. In the next space, we're doing 2 double crochets. 1, 2. Then we're chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're doing 2 double crochets. 1, 2 double crochets, and then we're chaining 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're 2 double crochets. And you're going to do this all the way around. Whoa, I just ran out of yarn. But you get what you got to do, and I get what I got to do. So 2 double crochets in a space, chain 3. Do that all the way around, come back. Okay, I'm back. I've gone all the way around. Now, I don't want you to look at the back of my work because I had a whole bunch of knots because my yarn was a mess. Anyway, okay, so we're going to slip stitch into that 3rd chain, and we're going to switch colors. Okay, I'm going to this pretty purple. Okay. And we're going to chain up 1, 2, 1. Chaining up 1. Sorry, chain up 1. Okay. Now, in the 3 space, we are putting 1, 2, 3, 6 double crochets, okay? So, just right from you are, just skip over there. 1, 2, 3, 4, I hope that's not in your way, 5, 6, oops, something went wonky there. Let's try that one again. 6, okay, and then in this, the 2 double crochets, we're just doing a single crochet, and then in the next chain 3 we're doing 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I'm going to cut my brown. I know I've got a bee's nest back here, but I'm cutting my brown. I'm getting tangled up. Okay. So, single crochet in the 2, and then 6 double crochet in the space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so keep doing that, okay? And this is what we've got so far. Isn't that cute? Okay, so keep doing that all the way around. Thanks. Okay, so I've gone all the way around. I've done the last of my 6 double crochets. I'm just going back into that chain from the brown, and I'm just doing a slip stitch. Okay, leave a tail. Ooh, helps if scissors work. Leave a tail, pull your tail through your loop. There is your earring. It's going to be a big earring. If you want to make it smaller, you can use a smaller crochet hook or lighter weight yarn. Heck, you could even make this with thread. Okay, so what I want you to do now, if you did your center right, when you pull on the tail, it should cinch it right up. So see how I cinched it up there? Now, you're gonna make your second one and hide all your threads and then meet me back and I'll show you what we need the wax paper and all that for, okay? So you do that, meet me back. And if you haven't had a chance, don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, so I have made my two. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide the threads. Now I was gonna do this off camera, but well, you know, sometimes people just need help with hiding their threads, so I thought I'd show you how I do it. And if you don't want to watch it, fast forward or skip or whatever you want to do. Okay, so I had all these knots because my yarn was broken all over the place. I don't know what I was doing, what kind of project. I think I actually got this skein yarn from my grandmother, so she must have done something that you needed smaller sizes. So all I do is I go in and out of the stitches at the back. And I usually try and go a little behind where I started. And then I do that a few times. And then I snip it close. So let's try that again. Okay, so I put my yarn on. Okay. And then I stay in the section that it's in, and I just do some stitches. I just put it through, and then I go a bit behind where I started, and then I go further along, and then a bit behind, and then further along, and I just do that a few times. It's getting kind of stiff now though because I've already done it a lot. So there we go, and then I snip. So I just do that for all my threads. And I always make sure that I'm hiding my thread in the same color that it is, if at all possible. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it usually does. So I go in, I go back behind it a bit, and then I go past, and then I go back behind it a bit, and then past. And then sometimes I change direction. Yeah, and then I'll do a couple more. But I'm not going through to the front. I'm just catching the back loops. Okay, then I snip. So see, it's not showing on the front. So do that. That's how I hide my threads. Now do that on both. Get all the threads hidden. And then meet me back. Okay, so I have hidden all my threads. See? Now I'm going to take my wax paper. I'm going to do these on the wrong sides first. I'm taking, this is acrylic polymer medium gloss. It's like 1,000,000 years old. And you don't need much. I'm just using a paintbrush. I'm taking a bit and I'm just going to dab it very slightly. I don't want gobs. And it's just to give it some, don't let there be gobs. It's really important not to have gobs. It's just to give it some stiffness, okay? That's all we're doing. It doesn't need to be drenched. And we're just, and you want it to be laying flat, okay? So again, just a little dip, and then I'm gonna like start at the center and work my way out. And it's just to give it some structure. And you don't need tons, not at all. Make sure it's the shape you want it, like if it, for some reason, becomes distorted, put it back the way you want it. Like I said, you don't need tons. I put too much on this first one. Just wipe it off. And I'm doing this on the back side. Okay, this one looks rounder than that one to me, so I'm gonna manipulate this one more. There. I mean, they're not gonna be identical. I mean, I'm not that good of a crocheter where I can get them identical. Okay. So, make sure they're covered. Okay, and we don't want them, we're not going for like rock solid stiff, we're just giving them a bit of stiffening, okay? So I did that side, I'm gonna very gently flip it over. You know what, let's just leave it on the back side and we'll see how much it stiffens from that. Okay, so nice and flat. No chunkies, no chunkies. And if you've ever heard of blocking, this is when you can be doing your blocking for the earrings. I wouldn't ever recommend using this stuff for anything but earrings. And the only reason I use it for earrings is to give it that little bit of stiffness. I don't like my earrings like folding in. So there we go. We're gonna leave that dry for about an hour, okay? And then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put on our findings. Now in the meantime, keep in mind that you can do this, now that you've got the basic pattern, you can do this all kinds of ways. You can do, you could do like the white or the beige that I use, the cream. You do it for the 2 rows and then do 2 rows of purple or whatever, like, you know, really mix it up. You can make it look totally like a different pair of earrings just by changing the color combinations and how many rows of color. Heck, you could do these as solid earrings, you know, a solid color earring. I quite often like solid color earrings because when I'm wearing something, yeah, I want it to either match or not match or whatever the case may be. So keep that in mind. You can always change them up. And you know what? I do make these and I sell them at craft sales. So have fun with it. Make a few different pairs, different colors. I use, like you saw me, I use like tiny scraps left over. I don't even know from what, because this I got from my grandmother when she passed away. I got a lot of her, actually I got, I think, all of her yarn for crochet. And yeah, she had all these skinny little things, and I don't make the tablecloths and that kind of thing. I don't have enough time. I have too many other things I do. So yeah, I love to make earrings with them. So let this dry for about an hour and then we'll come back and I'll show you how to attach the findings to make them proper earrings. And oh, the other thing I was going to say is when I do sell these at craft sales, I sell my crochet earrings for $12 a pair. And you know what? There'll be a couple of people that'll complain about that price, but most people, when they want that earring, they will pay it without even batting an eyelash. Okay, so it totally has not been an hour, but I'm impatient, and that's the way I am. So, yikes. Okay, so you're gonna need, they're mostly solid. So I still want them to have a bit of a give, but I just don't want them to collapse on themselves. Now they're not 100% dry, but they're dry enough to do our next steps. So we are going to need our ear wires. Okay. There's one. Oh, that one's kind of bent weird. Okay. So, and for my ear wires, I always put the backings on because I have long hair and I tend to flick my hair. And quite often my earring goes flying with my hair, so I like the backings. So we'll get those backings on right away. There we go. And then we need our pliers. Now, 2 needle nose pliers will work, or a round nose, or whatever. This is just what I grabbed. So, there we go. I'm going to get out 2 jump rings. 1, 2. Okay, so here's what we're looking at. My ear wire loop, I hope you can see that, is straight. So if I want my earring to hang like this, I'm going to have to put the jump ring. Now, if you get ear wires where the wire is turned, you could use 2 jump rings, or you could just attach the ear wire directly. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find where my chain 3 up was, which is over here, and I am going to go in to the middle of one of the humps there, through the loop. I'm going to close my jump ring, and you want to make sure it's closed really well. I'm slightly off kilter there. There we go, really well. And there is my first earring. I love it. And then, and make sure your front side is facing, right? So on here, I'm going to go to the same one. Attach the ear wire. Oops. Close it up. Make sure it closes up really good. There we go. And then there's that earring. And there you go. You have just made a cute pair of crocheted earrings. I love them. If you want, you could make a third, do the same, all the same steps, and then you put your bigger jump ring on it. Well, that's probably way too big, but you put a bigger jump ring on it, or even 2 jump rings through the same stitch, and then attach it to a necklace, and there you go. You've got a set. Yeah. So, there's my tutorial for this week. I hope you like it. Oh, I also wanted to show you, I kind of just made another one with only 2 colors instead of the 4 colors. And here's how that's turned out so far. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. So it really does change it up when you just, you know, use less colors, use, you know, different colors, whatever. So I mean, it's very versatile. You could have like a whole table of earrings if you're doing a craft sale, and they can be all the same pattern, but they would look so different. You know what I mean? Anyway, so there you go. That is our set of earrings. I love earrings. I could make earrings. Oh, geez. I can make them all the time because I just love earrings. I love to make earrings. I love to wear earrings. I just love earrings. So, anyway, there you go. Notice that the back, you can see where I've done the varnish. It's kind of, I don't know, kind of glossy because it was a glossy finish, but on the front it just looks like regular yarn because I didn't varnish the front and the back. I only varnished the back. Okay, and look at how solid that is. I mean, it's still got some give, but it'll stay nice and flat. And if you do want to stiffen it more, just use more varnish, but on the back. It's just that the more varnish you use, it can start seeping out the front. So thanks for watching. Hit the like and subscribe, and yeah, tell your friends about my channel. Have a great day. Bye now.